Well, welcome back to Golden Greens. I think today is the 20th of December, and just give you a quick catch everybody up and a quick update on what I'm doing. Let's see, my main hole I'm working is right there. Let's see, yeah, it's right up in there. You can see that tan and gray streak. Finding decent gold in the quartz. Trouble is I'm splitting rocks now to expose more of the vein. The last video I shot, I was down in there. Same thing. The vein is decent, has decent gold in it, but as you can see, the removing the rocks to get to it is quite the challenge. I was there yesterday sweeping up, metal detecting, found a few pieces there. I believe, let me see if I can find it, right over in here. I think it's right there actually. You see the quartz on the ground. That was like an ore dump or a stockpile for the stuff that these old guys were, or the old timers were bringing out. For some reason, I found like 8 gold specimens there yesterday in quartz. So that was like a temporary holding area of the stuff before they moved it to wherever they were moving it. So when I was working there yesterday, I looked over here and obviously saw that some of these rocks had been worked and moved. And after I came up here, it's kind of a bugger of a climb, but I came up here with just me, no metal detector or anything, and lo and behold, I'm finding the same kind of quartz here that these guys had broke out whenever, as I'm finding in the other 2 spots. So I filled up my cargo pockets with about a handful each of this stuff, crushed it up in the Cobra Crusher last night back at the RV, and there, for, believe it or not, for the small amount of rocks I took back, I was certainly impressed with the small gold I found. So with that being said, what I did was I saved the tailings in the pan, and they're currently drying out right now. And because there, as you can see, there's a lot of sulfides in this stuff. That's the black stuff, and the iron. Now, that's iron stained, but I'll show you a piece here in a minute that's got iron in it as well. So I'm going to roast that stuff, get it super hot, dump it into cold water, and hopefully fracture the sulfides off of any small gold that may be inside the sulfides. When it's really small like that, that's what you got to do, because sulfides are heavy just like gold. So that's that black stuff, dark brown stuff you see in the bottom of the pan. I mean, look at that, there's some iron right there. So what I've been doing with that in the past is I just throw it on the ground. But if I can actually extract some of that fine gold out of here, you know, hey, small stuff adds up as well. So this bucket, I don't have much further to go. I'm only going to go 2/3 full. I'm going to take it around the side of this hill here. That's where my crusher's at. Get that crushed up and run through the dry washer, and we'll pan that out. I'll show you what I find for the free mill gold today, but once I roast the sulfides, I'll film another video on that and see what we can recover. This stuff is laying all throughout up here. Somebody else did this a number of years ago. I went up here with the metal detector hoping to find sizable pieces of gold in here. I did not. But with that being said, after yesterday, my samples came from right up there. I know there is small gold in this quartz, so that's why I'm sampling a bit more today to figure out where the best is at. My theory is, you know, obviously I'm not a geologist, but when the quartz liquid stuff came up here years ago, gold is heavier, right? So I'm thinking that it kind of settled a little bit before it solidified. I've noticed that there and there, the further down the rock face I get, the bigger the gold gets. So anybody that's a geologist, feel free to comment if you think that I'm on the right track. So the way Brian thinks, small gold up on top, further down you go, bigger gold. So hopefully that's the case. Oh, and here, there's a thin, here's what's going on. Right here, I hope you can see this. This is about an inch wide or so. This is the crumbly quartz vein that I'm finding the gold in, out on this claim. So this rock, I think it came from here. You see that thin maroon, reddish brown? That is iron. And they say gold rides an iron horse. So as you can see, look at all the sulfides in there. Gray, red, maroon, whatever. I'm chipping just this thin layer off. I want to run that through too, because this is going to be some of the stuff I end up roasting to try to liberate the gold. But I think primarily it's running in this crumbly quartz. And thank goodness for me it's crumbly. Yeah, look at the iron in there too, because it breaks out rather easy. Some of the other veins over there considerably harder. I think I'm on my third chisel bit on the DeWalt. So this is actually kind of a joy right here. It's a little bit less work. I am going to shut the camera off and fill this bucket up. And I think what I'll do is once I get over to the crusher, I'll turn the camera back on and just show you what I'm doing over there. If I happen to find a piece of gold, every so often I look at these big pieces with the loop on a fresh break to see if I can see any visible. And if I do, I will definitely get that on camera. Look at that. That's awesome. Look at how many sulfides are in there. Okay, so we'll see you in just a bit. Well, we got it crushed. I ran it through 3 times. I still got a few of these. I'm not going to worry about it. What I'll do, pan this out, see what we got, and then once that's all said and done, all the overs, whatever doesn't go through my 1/8 inch screen, and whatever's left in the safety pan, I'll probably dry that out and crush those sulfides along with whatever quartz or little rocks didn't crush. But kind of a treacherous walk over here. You see, okay, give you an idea where we're at. I was on top of that hilltop right there and walked all the way over here with a bucket of rocks and a metal detector and a backpack. And these are just have to be old, obviously, foot trails or mule trails, but I got a picture on my phone, a video actually, of a couple of bighorn sheep that surprised me here about a month ago. They walked on one of these trails. Here's another, where the metal detector's sitting up here, is another spot that I've probably found, oh, I bet I found at least 20 quartz specimens here with gold in them. And I think this was another staging point for the ore that they thought was good enough. So I think they probably brought it from that pit mine. There's a pit mine right there, and there's 2 over the this hillside here, and pretty good trail going that way. This, they may come over the top. There's another little pit mine right here. They're all over the place. I call them pit mines, but actually I think they were pocket mining is what they were doing. But this is a quartz outcropping. I haven't found anything in it that's natural, obviously. But right here, here's where was another one of these staging points. Metal detected the heck out of this. Usually every other time I'm here I find one, but what I need to do is bring the rake over here, rake that out, and keep protecting that, because I have no doubt there are more in there. You know, you're never going to find them all. I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to take you along with for the walk back to the Ranger. It's hard to do all this in the film, but we're going to get it done. Alright, here we go. I'm walking along what I think was one of their trails here. Haven't found any gold over here. A lot of lead shot though, and the earlier clip when I was on top of that little knob there, whatever you want to call it, that crevice, I bet you I found 24 pieces of lead 8-shot, and how they ended up in that crack, I don't know. The neighboring claim owner, talked to him about 2 weeks ago, And you can see over there on the face of some of the rocks they were hit with bullets, but he thinks somebody scattered lead shot to foil metal detecting attempts. So I mean, who knows, you know. However, I did find a little bit of small gold in that crevice, so it would stand to reason that somebody may have, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But here's a little spot I did some detecting, found a few quartz specimens last year. I need to revisit that pile with the rake, and that pile up there is where I'm currently, one of my spots I'm working on. I just had to take a couple days break, drilling all those holes, pounding on all those feathering wedges. It's 53, I'm telling you. I don't feel old, but by God, I felt like it's my first week of football practice back in high school. That's how tired I am. There's a huge exploratory dig. I went over there with the metal detector last year, didn't find anything. Detected the quartz pile there, nothing. But you know, that what I should do sometime is try a half a bucket of that fine quartz, run that through the crusher, and see what comes out of there. But there's that hill again that I was on top of today. I climbed up that side of it with an empty bucket, metal detector, and a backpack. And that bucket was so heavy I had to come off the backside. It's a little shallower. It's a little bit slower, but that's all right. Okay, well, we're almost to the Ranger. I'm going to shut this off. I'll get the panning stuff set up, and I'll be back with you shortly. Well, folks, there it is. About 2/3 of a bucket of crushed quartz, and we will see what is in the sulfides once I get that done. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. That's good enough for just, you know, not even a full bucket. You know, you do 5 or 10 buckets. I mean, there's a bit there, and it's not hard work. That quartz is pretty fractured and pretty easy to chip out. And I didn't even use the DeWalt. I was just using my ore hammer today. So I will, well, we'll film some more from up there, but the next time I'm going to go about a foot or two deeper down and try to get about a foot or two further in the hill. And hopefully the deeper I go, the gold gets better. This is already better, bigger, I should say, than the stuff that I crushed and panned out yesterday. So who knows, maybe my theory's correct. You got to get a little bit deeper to find that bigger stuff. So thanks for tuning in today, and until next time, we'll see you. Out.